Frank Ragnow of your Detroit Lions. You are now tuning into the official new hotness, the One Pride podcast presented by ISN. This is your source for all Detroit Lions news, rumors, pre- and post-game day breakdowns. Go Lions.
And what's going on, YouTube? This is your boy, Mr. MicroMike, and today we got a crazy one for you tonight because everybody was hidden right there because I had like, subscribe, and share. So make sure you like, subscribe, and share, or else these guys will get hidden again, and we don't want that to happen at all. And man, we got a great show. We do, because we are here with the one and only Dern. What's going on, Dern?
What's going on, guys? Good to be back. Missed a week. We got some news for you guys, some rumors that's been going on. If you want us to get to your questions faster, it's always better to super chat.
And that's facts on facts on facts on facts. And we got the man who makes the forum. It's Mr. Orem from Orem's Forum. What's going on, Orem's Forum?
What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing today?
We are doing very good because I think we got some good news. And, of course, the guy who is growing like a strong D, Travis Troxel, a Troxel Sports Talk.
What's going on, everybody? We are live for the One Pride podcast. Let's go. Let's get those likes up. If you don't, we will be sad. And you don't want to see us sad because the Detroit Lions just came off a victory.
That's victory, not just on the field, but off the field as well. But before we get into it, we're going to do some shout-outs. What's going on, Dr. Detroit? Welcome the Gridiron Blitz. Subscribe to his channel, Johnny Dundaro, the General BOTA Noble Sports, Book Spray, Frog Crop, Holy Smokes, Dwayne Hogan. Welcome, Alexander Kamara. The Dern is already in here. Boog Spray, I already said you again. What's going on? And we're going to get straight into it, Dim Sum. We are. And we're going to go straight to the Dern with this one. The Detroit Lions made a move, folks. Skino Bino, they made a move. Who'd they make a move for? It's called Everson Griffen here. Dern, what do you think of this trade of the Detroit Lions snatching up Everson Griffen?
In my opinion, it's showing that they're trying to save their jobs. You can't do too much worse than what our pass rush was before. They're starting to get it going. Don't get me wrong. Now that they're switching to a 4-3 a little more, it's looking so much better. We're actually getting guys to the quarterback. E.g., I think we're only paying $3 million left on his contract for a 6th-round draft pick. I don't know why people are complaining about it. Yep. It's a 6th-round pick that Quinn hasn't been hitting on anyway. So we're trying to win at least.
That's facts. We're trying to win, and we're trying to use strong Ds. Mark Orem knows this philosophy really, really well. Mark Orem, the Detroit Lions make a trade, 6th-round conditional for Everson Griffen. Everson Griffen, thoughts on this?
Man, I like the move. It's a really good move. It instantly helps the pass rush. He can play. He can stop the run. Like, I know he's 32 years old. He's not going to come in here and get 10, 12 sacks, but he's going to be able to spell some guys like Flowers, Okuda, even start, maybe even play a little bit of inside. And he's just going to all around help the defense. He's vocal. He's a leader. And he's ready to eat, man. So let's go.
He is hungry and he's ready to eat. You know what's the greatest game? The first game he's playing against is none other than the Minnesota Vikings against Kirk Cousins.
Yeah,
Troxel Sports Talk. This is for you and for the Gridiron Blitz. This is just glorious. What do you think about this trade for Everson Griffen?
It's about time, baby. Woo! It's about time.
Grid called
Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home, Everson Griffen. You're back in the NFC North, and you're back with the Detroit Lions because guess what? Your first game is against the Minnesota Vikings, and you better strap up your boots because it's about to go down.
Yes, it is. It is definitely going to go down. For a conditional 6th-round pick, how can you argue with that? Guess what, guys? When we draft 6th-round picks, they don't even make the team. Ask Huntley. He's over in Philly right now.
Hey, ask Travis Fulgham.
Yeah, he's over in Philly right now eating some steaks. He's eating a Philly steak. Now, we got a guy who's a dog, and he's going to help. He's not the greatest guy in the world, no, but he's going to help out. He's a guy that's going to get up in there and get after the quarterback. That's what we need, folks.
I do got a bold prediction.
Give me that bold prediction. I want to hear
Everson Griffen has 8 sacks.
Woo.
Wow.
8 sacks.
As a Lion? As a Lion?
As a Lion.
Or total. Because he
Or total.
right now.
No, I'm saying as a Detroit Lion, he'll have 8 sacks.
Ooh,
So he'll have
That's a lot
10
of
and a
sacks
half
to the
altogether.
that's crazy.
Okay, so how many sacks does it go to the face?
It's gonna go all late sacks to the face, baby.
Oh!
Kaboom.
Bum, bum, bum. And I guess Kirk Cousins would be feeling the pain as well. Raul
Would that be
Martinez,
something?
what's going on? Welcome. You said it's going to be something, Dern. Finish that sentence.
I have 2 things actually. The first thing, wouldn't it be something if we made him start in his first play on our defense, first play of the game against Minnesota, he gets a sack like he did to us a couple of years ago.
Oh,
That'd be
oh,
Oh,
Second thing.
my God.
oh
Trax, you sounded like a wrestling announcer, man. And in this corner, EG.
for sure, man.
Shadow Chief says, Mike, I feel bad for not coming to the streams lately. It's no big deal at all. I'm just happy that you're here now. And let's talk about Everson Griffen. What is the expectations, Mark Orem from Orem's Forum, that you have for Everson Griffen as he lands in the Big D here?
Well, I totally expect a guy to come in and just be like a leader. I told him like a total leader. Him and Flowers. Romeo can learn off a guy like that too, man. That's going to help out Romeo big time. And I just think he's going to overall bring a little bit of juice to the defense. Like I said, man, he's 32 years old. He's not coming in here and being Lawrence Taylor or Reggie White, man. But this is a nice move by the Detroit Lions, and I expect him just to get in quarterbacks' faces. Like right now, he's the second leading sack guy on the team already with 2.5, right? That's not hey, that's not like great or anything, man. But the guy could still do it at 32. So I just expect him to come in and be a leader overall.
Hey, what's going on, Cole? Welcome. And if you're not a Detroit Lions fan, that's okay, because at 7:15, we go to you guys for the questions, the mailbag segment, whatever you want to ask. Dern, what is your expectations for Everson Griffen as he joins the Detroit Lions? Can he help take the defense a little bit to a next level and get a little bit better?
Yeah, he hasn't been as bad as everyone said he is in Dallas. Dallas doesn't really have a defensive tackle that's really good. If you go back and check when he was with the Vikings, he was next to Linval Joseph. And that's when he would take off constantly. I think when he comes here, he's going to be that locker room hype man and get the line going.
Hey, and that's what we need. I think we need more leaders in there. Some guy that can just yell at these young folk and they can turn around and do what they were doing. Don Burr, what's going on? Goes hairless Troxel, goes Fitzpatrick. That's facts. That's facts. I got a little bit of hair, though. I'm not completely bare in there. But Travis Troxel, what is your expectations for Everson Griffen? Do you think this guy is going to be the next great thing, or is he just going to be a complimentary piece?
Well, as he said it himself, he said, Detroit, you're going to get a
Watch your profanity.
dog. And
Love it.
and he's ready to eat. So I'm expecting at least, like I said, 8 sacks from him in the second half of the season. That would put him in double digits at 10.5 on the year. And he's going to at least have 2 sacks this coming up game, his first game against the Minnesota Vikings. I definitely feel that he's going to be that vocal leader. He's going to get into somebody's stuff. If you don't like it, you're probably going to get reamed out by him.
Oh, yeah.
Like
That's a lot of expectation.
He's going to demand you do your job. And that's the one thing. What does Matt Patricia, Bob Quinn, and every other Patriot guy that we have on our team preach? Do your job. Do your job. Do your job. Do your job. Because it's going to make the next guy next to you better. It's going to make the guy in front of you better. It's going to make the guy behind you better. And everybody be a cohesive unit. And when everybody's a cohesive unit, it's going to relate into more wins and consecutive wins.
Okay. You know what my expectations are? It's much lower than that, in all honesty. My expectation is just him being a rotational player. And I like it, though, because you need rotation on the defensive line, especially when at the end of the game. And I think that was my biggest issue. Let's just get some bodies in here. Let's make sure that the defensive line is fresh. And he brings that to me. And that's perfectly fine with that. And I think we need that. I think we need to have another body in there. And so I think it's a good trade, but I don't think it's the only trade. And folks, we're going to get into this here. The panel. Do you think the Detroit Lions are going to make another move as the trade deadline nears? And don't just say they won't, but who would you want, or who do you think they will target the Dern?
I think maybe one or two. I can see Marvin Jones getting traded. I told you guys this last week at our own chat that I know you guys don't like it, but his production hasn't been that great this year. And if we traded him for something rather than him leaving later, it just makes sense. And if you put Cephas in there, he's probably going to put the same production as Marvin Jones has been doing. So there's not that big of a drop-off. To trade for, I would like to see them get a defensive tackle so we can stop the run even better. It just makes everything go smoothly. I would target a guy like Geno Atkins from Cincinnati. He does not want to be there. I don't think you would have to give up a lot for him.
I don't think Cincinnati's going to what do you call it? I got a Bleacher Report thing that says they're not trying to trade Geno.
Okay, I have not seen it.
Yeah, it just came in literally a couple minutes ago.
Gotcha. I would try to target him at least if you don't have to give up a lot.
Okay.
I know his contract is huge, but I know he does not want to be there.
Let's see here. What about you, Mark Orm from Orm's Forum? Do you think the Detroit Lions are done? Do you think they'll make another move? And what moves do you think they'll make? And what is a move you want them to make?
I would love to see them try and get Gilmore from the Patriots, the corner. I would love, because I know there's a lot of chatter about it right now, but you're going to have to give up at least a second-round pick, I think.
A lot for him.
You know what I mean? He's 30, though, but he's still one of the best corners in the league. Well, he's probably the best corner in the league. Last year he was anyways. If Patricia and Quinn are serious about retaining their jobs, I would not be surprised if they go out and do this move. This would help out Okuda tremendously, especially if they want to win because, hey, Okuda's struggling. And that's okay. He's a rookie. It's going to happen. But if they brought in a Gilmore, I would love that, man. And I would give up a second for Gilmore.
Can I add something to that, too?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
There was rumors that the Patriots wanted Marvin Jones. So I wonder if you put the pick down to a fourth or something in Marvin Jones. I would do that just like that.
I would do a fourth in Marv.
Would you guys do a fourth and Marvin Jones in the comment section? Let me know. We got 25 likes. We got 40 in the building. Let's get to 40 likes. And so you want them to go get Stephon Gilmore. Now, reports were last night that he think a move's going to be made, right? He was talking about how his home's for sale and there's a move to be made.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think it's actually possible that they do it?
Me?
Yeah.
I think it's highly possible because I think if they want to win, and I think they do, I think Everson was the building block there. It was a small little piece. And then I think they're going to do one more big move. And I could see Gilmore coming to town. Honestly, man, they deal with the Patriots. And if you're going to go get a Patriot, that's one guy you go get. 100%. That's one guy you go get. And I could see it being done. Unless they don't want their jobs. Because down the stretch, Okuda might be a problem down the stretch. He just might, man. You know what I mean?
So if you acquire Gilmore, who is not going to be in the lineup? Because then you'd have Amani Oruwariye, you would have Gilmore, you would have Coleman, you would have Okuda, you have Trufant. Who would be?
It would just be it would probably be like a rotation. It would be a rotation with Okuda going in a slot and playing maybe sometimes on the island. I think it would work.
That is definitely a bold move. Travis Troxel of Troxel Sports Talk do you think the Detroit Lions are done? Do you think they're going to ascend or receive? And do you think if they do acquire, who do they get and who do you want?
I think that we are not done making moves. I think that the Detroit Lions will at least make multiple moves. I don't know how many. I can't put a number to it. But there's, like Mark Orem said, I would like to go get oh my gosh, the corner from
Stephon Gilmore?
Yeah, Stephon Gilmore. I would love to go get him. Okay. I would love to actually go in free agency and go get your guy Mike.
Darius?
No, Dontari Poe. Dontari Poe was just released. Put him at what do you call it, as a rotational guy? You got Everson Griffen. You're gonna have more rotational guys, or go get a Marcel Darius. And then I do feel that we can go and maybe try to make a move for a linebacker.
Okay.
Maybe we'll go and go get who is it? I forgot who.
You have a mental breakdown tonight?
Avery Williamson from the Jets.
I think that's who it is. The
I got you,
guy.
man.
Appreciate that. Hey, today my brain is so gone today.
I'll do the thinking for you.
Hey,
boiled eggs, man.
Your boy was eating today, and your boy burnt his mouth. So I've been discombobulated all day today. And
talk about discombobulation is making time when the podcast starts, and that's Antonio Hightower. What's going on, Antonio Hightower? And I'm going to throw this to you. Are the Detroit Lions done making trades? Or if they are not, who do you want to see the Lions go get?
Or trade away.
I think it depends who other teams have on the block. Because I don't know if the Lions are going to make a big move. It's not a Bob Quinn ain't a guy who's going to make a big move unless he gets like a really good deal. But
that was.
I don't know if they're going.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to make a move. I don't think they will, because I don't think Bob Quinn is a kind of like, it's not really a picks guy. But if a dude comes on for the really cheap, kind of like Everson Griffen, then I could see them making a move. I don't know how many of these guys are going to be. Like the only other guy like that was Carlos Dunlap, and he just went to the Seahawks. So currently, I don't really see the Lions making another move at the moment.
Okay, and for when it comes to the Detroit Lions, I think they are going to make another move, and I think we're going to see a subtraction from the Detroit Lions. I think that's what we're going to see. I don't know who it's going to be. I mean, you can look at your pick of Kerryon Johnson or even Jesse James, but Nada was playing instead of Jesse James, and Kerryon Johnson never rushed the football on Sunday. He did pass protect, and to me, that's kind of an indication that something is going wrong here. Now, I hear rumors, yes, that the Giants wanted to trade for Kenny Galladay, and to me, that's a crazy thing to do. Trade him away unless you get like a first-round pick.
Yeah,
doesn't make any
sense. Would you trade Kenny Galladay away, Dern?
For a first-round pick? You're darn right I would.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And what about you, Mark Orem from Orem's Forum?
Man, for a first-round pick, probably, and it would be a high pick because it's the Giants, right?
Yep.
But doing something like that just doesn't make any sense, man, especially when you bring on Griffin. It just, that's like taking a couple steps forward, like I said yesterday, and then 4 steps back. It just doesn't make any sense right now. But if they can get a couple picks for him, I guess. But, man, he's our best offensive weapon. You can't get rid of him, man. You just can't. So, no.
Yeah, I'm not here. It's not going to happen to me. It's not going to happen. I think that no one wants those guys, and Mike is underestimating how good pass blocking from a running back position is. I get the pass blocking. I totally get it, folks. But you drafted this guy in the second round to not just pass block. You draft this guy to run the football. You don't take a guy in the second round to have him just pass protect. If that's the case, that's a waste of a second-round draft pick, in my opinion. But, folks, hit that like button if you haven't done so. We got 31 likes, 62 in the building, and we're just talking about the trade deadline and what's taking place here. But I want to talk about the big takeaways that happened versus the Atlanta Falcons. What was a big takeaway, Dern, that you saw from the Detroit Lions versus Atlanta Falcons win?
I like the way we stopped the run for the most part again. I feel like we're getting better in that department. I know we allowed that second touchdown, and there was a couple of runs that he sprang, but I feel like we're getting better in that department because we were just atrocious before the bye week. Another one was that we're going more. I'm seeing a lot of 4-3 now, and a lot more zone than man coverage. So I feel like Unlin has taken the duty away from Patricia so he can manage the game more.
Okay. I see Raul Martinez. I see Darren Mann. What's going on? Welcome. Travis Troxel Sports Talk. What was the key takeaway you seen? Lions versus Falcons. It was an epic game. What was the takeaway?
Dagger time.
Woo!
Dagger time.
Ah!
Hey, 1 minute remaining. Lions are down. They got to score a touchdown. And guess what? Your boy Matthew Stafford done did it again. Another comeback victory. And shout out to TJ Hockenson. I think was the only major tight end that actually scored a touchdown on National Tight End Day. Kittles didn't, or Kelsey didn't. So,
That's
good. Shout out to TJ Hockenson for scoring a touchdown, and it was the game winner on National Tight End Day.
That's facts on facts, man. TJ Hockenson killing it, and he was mic'd up. Why is it when the Detroit Lions player mic'd up, they make epic moves? Stafford mic'd up. You get the epic Stafford moments of all time. TJ Hockenson, game winner. Mark Orem, when he's mic'd up, you get strong D's. Real strong.
Ooh, the strongest, buddy.
Strongest.
The strongest.
He like it dry. Strong D Mark Orem. What was the takeaway that you saw for the Atlanta Falcons when Matthew Stafford gave the Atlanta Falcons a strong D?
Oh, well, just like Troxel said, man, you can't give Stafford 1:04, man, with no timeouts. 75 yards with ease, guys. That's if there's any quarterback that you want to do something like that, it's Matthew Stafford. And they knew it. Atlanta knew that they messed up big time. Gurley knew, Ryan knew, that defense knew. So that's the big thing that I took away from that is like 1:04. I knew he was coming down to score. I just knew it, man. You could just feel it, man. And TJ Hockenson is slowly turning into a very, very good tight end. Very good. He's going to be a top 5 tight end in the next couple of years. I guarantee that kid's a boss, man. He is. He's a beast.
That's facts on facts crime. And I love seeing the development of TJ Hockenson because a lot of people said, why take a tight end there? Well, you're kind of seeing why.
Yeah.
He's a baller. Antonio Hightower, what was a takeaway that you saw when it comes to the Lions versus Atlanta Falcons?
This red zone offense is kind of I mean, the fourth they stopped us on 4th down, which kind of it was a bad play call. It was a bad play overall. He should have just called the timeout. It was time running out. They clearly rushed the play because it only was like 1 second on the clock. Dude comes short off the edge, hits AP. Luckily, the defense didn't let it get enough out of hand for the offense to come back in this game. But my biggest takeaway is, man, in the year where offenses are killing defenses and every defense is struggling, the Lions' offenses is kind of looking average. And that's been my biggest takeaway because even in our biggest wins, what's the biggest difference between our wins and our losses? The defense has looked pretty good in our wins.
Yep.
So, but even come to the season, what we were saying was like, well, if this team's going to win, it's going to be the offense, and the offense hasn't clicked that way. No, a positive is they looked a lot more aggressive in that Falcons game. Even then, I think they should have even been even more aggressive. The Falcons corners really don't have anything. Their secondary's it's not that good. You got Kenny Galladay, you got TJ Hockenson. Should have been going deep all day. These corners can't stop you. I don't know why they was doing that, but That's probably one of my biggest takeaway from that game.
Yeah.
Takeaway that I took away from this game, and I am surprised we haven't talked about it. How do you win football games, especially late in a season, folks? There's the math. Run the football and stop the run. The last 2 weeks, the Detroit Lions defensive line has filled that hole of allowing 170 yards on the ground. They have shut it down. They are stopping the run of teams. Yes, it's just 2 games, but that is a great, great sign. They allowed 66 yards running against the Falcons, and I think it was, less than 40 versus the Jaguars?
Yeah.
That is great. That is great. I love it. Stop the run. Force the team to be one-dimensional and throwing that football. Keep it up. And if we can do that Sunday, that's a fantastic sign. What else? We're running the football. Even though we want to see more Swift, they are still running the football. They are staying with it. Finally, it only took 20 years. Run the football, even though we want Swift more, but at least they're giving the attempts to.
Yeah.
You have to run the football. That's how play action works. That's how you kill time. That's how you wear defenses down. Run the football. They're stopping the run, running the football. That was my takeaway. And if we continue to do that, we can go on a run and we can beat the Indianapolis Colts, folks. Hit that subscribe button. Why do you want to hit that subscribe button? Because I drop content every single day. It's important because I do breakdowns of the teams. We do the mailbag segment, which is going to happen here at 7:15. Subscribe to everybody else on the panel. They drop content every single day. Trox is going live here real soon for Thursday Night Football. Mark Worm's Forum drops all sorts of NFL content. Subscribe. And now we're going to talk about Lions versus Indianapolis Colts. Yes, the Detroit Lions offense versus the Indianapolis Colts defense. Travis Troxel, a Troxel Sports Talk. What is a matchup that you're keeping a keen eye on for Lions offense versus Colts defense?
It's gonna be really the run game. I want to see that run game continue the tread. The one thing that everybody needs to understand with the Indianapolis Colts, they're more defensive oriented than offensive. Their defense is lights out. They got Darius Leonard. They got, just a ton of talent over there.
DeForest Buckner.
Yeah, DeForest Buckner, who it was a monster in college, went to the 49ers and now with the Indianapolis Colts. So if they can have at least 100 yards on the ground, mixed in with, say, maybe 100, 150 through the air, where it's still balanced, I think that the Detroit Lions could possibly pull a rabbit out their hat.
And they need to pull a hat out of a rabbit for this game for us to get that win. Antonio Hightower, what is a key matchup that you're looking at for Detroit Lions offense versus Indianapolis Colts defense?
It's the pass offense. It's our passing game versus their pass defense. Because the biggest thing the Colts have done this year, even most defenses, because even in the year where defenses have struggled the most of them are doing well stopping the run. The Colts are one of those teams. They do well stopping the run. You can take advantage of this secondary and a little bit of their linebacker core. So you have to take advantage of that. You got to take advantage of a guy like Xavier Rhodes. Xavier Rhodes versus Marvin Jones. Man, that matchup it's been one-sided the past couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they have the corners to stop our wide receivers. I don't know if they had the pass rush to get with us. DeForest Buckner is nice, but we just went against Grady Jarrett. That's a better DT than we've seen our D-line go against Fletcher Cox. We've seen us go against Kenny Clark. We went against better D tackles than DeForest Buckner. So I'm confident that we can stop him. And even with their edge, Justin Houston, we went with Chandler Jones, Cam Jordan, Khalil Mack, Zadarius Smith, and Patricia Smith. We've already proved our pass protection can hold up against the best of the best at the moment. So don't you, because even when we run the ball, the run game is still kind of our weakness. It's kind of team built to pass. Don't don't do what they want you to do. They want you to run the ball. That don't mean you don't eliminate the run game at all, but don't try to, because at times of the Falcons game, I'm like, y'all trying too hard to run the ball. You can pass the ball against this offense. This isn't a this isn't a Packers team where they have a really good pass defense and a bad run defense. The Falcons have been really good in the run game. Pass the ball against them. You can exploit these corners. Matthew Stafford's already looking better since the bye week. You can go deep a little bit more, especially with TJ Hockenson. You can take shots with TJ Hockenson. He's 6'5". Most guys not going to be able to stop him. They're going to be too slow, too small, or too weak to match up against that guy. Same thing with Kenny Golladay. So I want to see how this offense looks against their pass defense, because I think it's going to really be exploited. The Browns did it. The Bengals did it. I figured the Lions would be able to do it too.
And when Antonio Hightower is talking about going deep, I always think about Mark Orm from Orm's Forum. Mark Orm from Orm's Forum.
Hey, a lot of people do. A lot of people do.
Can you tell me about a matchup that you want to see from Lions offense versus the Indianapolis Colts defense?
Well, I'm going to kind of piggyback off what Antonio said. Yeah, our pass offense, I want Stafford he has to be mistake-free. They all kind of do, because the Colts are really opportunistic. They can create the problems for teams, and they capitalize on them. They're a top 5 defense in the league, and I know they haven't played a lot of great teams, but they still are top 5, and you have to respect that. And they could do some things to an offense. So Stafford, I think he has to be really mistake-free, and that O-line, like Antonio said, needs to block that D-line. And Decker's hurt right now, by the way. He has a shoulder thing going on. I know he was limited. Hopefully he gets a full practice tomorrow, but hopefully he can go on Sunday. I'm sure he will, but I want to see mistake-free football from the offense, especially Stafford.
The Dern. What is a key matchup you're wanting to see from Detroit Lions offense versus the Indianapolis Colts? Very stout, very powerful defense.
Well, speaking of not making any mistakes, I don't know if you guys are aware, but the Lions made history. We have not put the ball on the ground this year yet, if you guys have not noticed.
Knock on wood.
Yes, I have not. I have noticed. Right. Like he was saying, it's crazy. First team ever through, I think, 6 games to not fumble the ball once. That's like the only time. That's the only time that you don't want balls to drop.
No, you don't. No, man. Then you're in big time trouble.
Facts.
Then you gotta go to the clinic.
How's Greg now? I haven't heard. Is he's better now? Right?
Frank Ragnow's good. Frank Ragnow's good.
I'm looking forward to him versus Buckner in particular.
Yes.
Both studs. Yes. I wonder how much of a hole he's going to make this week, because he was making some huge holes last week. You basically talked about what I'm going to talk about here, and that's Detroit Lions offensive line versus Indianapolis Colts very talented defensive line. Mm-hmm. This, to me, is the game here. The Detroit Lions offensive line is extremely underrated, one of the best in the NFL. That's facts. I bar none, but there is an injury to Decker. How are they going to handle the Buckner and the Colts defensive line, who's getting after quarterbacks and getting pressure? Mm-hmm. If Matthew Stafford can stand in the pocket like he's been doing, we're going to have a good game. Now, if he's getting under duress the whole time, we're going to have some issues here. And this is key. Can Terrell Crosby maintain that right side like he's been doing? Hopefully he can, but this is a big-time task. This is the game to me right here. This is the key matchup. Jeez. Lions O-line versus their D-line. If we have time to pass the ball, we can pass the football. We can give Kenny Golladay the ball. We can have TJ Hockenson in the middle. That stuff can happen. But if he's under duress, we could see old Matt Stafford. And we don't want to see old Matt Stafford. We want to see this last 2 games, Matthew Stafford. So to me, this game hinges
on the offensive line. Now we're going to switch over to Lions defense versus Indianapolis Colts offense. And we're going to go to Antonio Hightower. What is the key matchup that you are looking forward to seeing when it comes to the Lions defense versus Colts offense?
Well, it's got to be the Lions run defense versus the Colts run offense.
Okay.
We've seen the run defense look great for back-to-back weeks. But this is the team you're going to test it against. Now, I know the Colts offensive line and run game as a whole hasn't been as good as most probably would expect this year.
Yeah.
But they still got a talented offensive line. They still got Quentin Nelson, Ryan Kelly, you got Anthony Costanzo, you got Braden Smith, and you got that whole O-line.
Yeah,
it's just a bunch of studs. So you're really gonna see how see how this D-line looks, because they can move some people, especially Quentin Nelson. That guy can move some people.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna see how stout this D-line is look. Because even though the whole year, even when the run defense was struggling, it was more the linebackers than the D-line itself was the reason the run game was struggling. And even then, after the bye week, the D-line has looked better against the run. They're kind of just looking dominant, just blowing up blocks. They was like, well, the linebackers not gonna make the play. Fine, we'll make it so they don't even have to make the play. There's no play to be made. It's already it's done in the backfield. Deshaun Hand looked great against that Atlanta offensive line, and they got some good guards. They got a good interior. We're gonna see how he looks against his Colts interior. It's gonna look a lot better. Romeo Akawara has been looking like our best pass rusher this year, surprisingly. He's been looking nice. We're gonna see how this team really looks in this game. This is when the run defense is really gonna be tested, and that's probably the biggest matchup in this game.
Yeah, and I really like this matchup because we've been wanting to know, is the last 2 weeks kind of just the fact that these teams were bad and that's why the defensive line looks a bit better, or is it the fact that they're getting better? And the Colts are a very good matchup because they got a great offensive line. And I personally want to see it for my own eyes. Is this something trending good? Well, we'll find out Sunday because, no joke, the Colts offensive line is very strong, very good. They can stop strong Ds. They can. They're like a Trojan. Okay, they can do that. Dern, what is the key? That's right. Hang them high. Dern, what is a key matchup that you're looking for when it comes to Detroit Lions defense versus offense of the Indianapolis Colts?
I kind of want to know which corner is going to be on T.Y. Hilton. I'm assuming it's going to be Okuda. That's just assuming. And I know Hilton hasn't had the best year, but his speed could probably exploit Okuda if he doesn't get any help. I guess that's what I'm kind of looking forward, is how our corners do against their wide receivers. And I know they don't throw the deep ball too much, but if we do stop the run, it's going to force them to do it. So I'm kind of looking forward to how our safeties and corners match up with their skill positions.
Folks, if you've not hit that notification bell, hit that notification bell, because we do live streams not just on Thursday, but on Sunday. I'll be doing Detroit Lions versus Indianapolis Colts. And guess what? I'm trying to be unbiased as possible. As you can see, there's other fans in here. They've seen me do their team, and I'm trying to be as unbiased as humanly possible, as the Dern eats a chip or something right there. And so hit that notification bell. We go to you guys in 6 minutes. You guys run the show for the mailbag segment. You don't have to ask Detroit Lions questions. Ask Saints questions. Ask Colts questions. That's very fine. We love talking about all the NFL and try to be unbiased as humanly possible, giving you that respect and that time of a quality answer. Travis Troxel at Troxel Sports Talk. What is a key matchup you want to see for Lions defense versus the Colts offense?
I want to see the trenches. I want to see the pass rush get there. I want to see the run stopping ability get there. They don't have the Indianapolis Colts got a darn good running back, a guy that I actually wanted to draft in the second round round in Jonathan Taylor.
You did. Yep.
He is a beast. I wanted him for a reason.
Yes, you did.
So I want to see the Detroit Lions get a good pass rush, a good run stop, and play sound defense. If they could do that, hey, they might be going and picking up their 4th win on the year.
The key matchup that I'm looking for is I didn't mean to do this on my video to disrespect T.Y. Hilton. I think he's very good. I think he's speedy, and I think we have issues dealing with speed. But the Detroit Lions secondary, specifically if it's going to be Amani Oruwariye on T.Y. Hilton, because I think that's going to be the matchup. Are they going to be able to keep him not from getting behind the defense? Because when he gets behind the defense, he's going to be deadly, and that's going to hurt us. Can they do that? Obviously, that hinges on the Detroit Lions defensive line. Can they get to the quarterback? If he sits in the pocket, they're going to pick us apart. We know this. But what are they going to do? Because I feel like we already know what's going to happen in the middle of the field. If you don't know this and you're a Colts fan, they're going to pick us apart in the middle. Our middle is extremely kryptonite for our team. So we're going to see a lot of tight end throws to the middle. We're going to see wide receiver throws to the middle. I think you're going to see a lot of that. But my issue is T.Y. Hilton. Can he get behind the Lions defense and really hurt us big time with the big play? I want to see if Amani can do this. We've seen it so far. They've played some big time wide receivers in the NFL, but this guy is the speedy guy. This is a little bit different than just a strong power guy that's good. This guy's fast, and I'm a little bit worried about that. I am, in my opinion. Is anyone else got that feeling? Do you think that T.Y. can get behind this defense? Is that something you want to pay attention to? Because to me, that's my fear, Trucks.
I think he can, yeah. I think he can totally, yeah. Oh, for sure, man. He's a speed demon, man. And he's due for a breakout game sometime. Yep. You know what I mean? But the thing is, man, they need to get in Rivers' face. Yeah. That's the main key that because he is a turnover machine. He throws the ball anywhere, everywhere, anytime. He does not care where he throws it sometimes, man. And he's given up a lot of balls this year. He's thrown like 5 or 6 picks, couple fumbles. So he's a turnover machine. So they have to pressure him and like you said, Mike, try to keep T.Y. underneath.
Yeah, keep him underneath. And that's the kind of philosophy they did against the Atlanta Falcons. You weren't seeing a lot of people get behind the Lions defense, and I want to see that happen. We got 61 in the chat with only 43 thumbs up. If you've not hit that thumbs up, please do so. If I have not shouted you out for jumping in here, I'm sorry, but I see that we got Steve-O, Ote, we got Rawl. Welcome. Gardoki, he's actually a Colt fan, and so that's awesome. I love seeing the opposing fan bases in here, and we're going to take your questions in just a moment. And this is called the Mailbag segment, folks. This is where you guys run the show. So if you want your question asked, do hashtag Lions, hashtag Colts, hashtag Saints, whatever team fan base you are of, do a hashtag of that. We will then answer your question. The chat flies. So if we miss it, just repost it. We will attempt to get to it. You can either ask us individually or as a group. We love hearing it. And again, fantasy football questions, we do fantasy. And if you want to know who the champ is, I am here. That is the fact.
Yeah.
So
played it this week, man. All revenge is so sweet.
Not yet.
The revenge is not there, folks.
I'm the one that popped the number 1 team over here.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm the one that popped of the number 1 team. That is here.
I lost another tough one on the weekend, man. I lost another tough one by a couple points in Dern's league. My God.
So if you got any questions, let us know. Just do hashtag whatever, and then I can read it here, and we'll get to it. So we're just see if I can find any. I'm not 100% sure. Like a duck. Every team matchup is different. Okay, hashtag Lions, here we go. How concerned are you about Bevel's play calling? Are you guys concerned? I am a little concerned with the personnel. I want to see more DeAndre Swift, folks. That's what I want to see. Are you concerned about that, Mark?
I'm a little concerned about the AP obsession a little bit, about the Peterson obsession. Like, I get it, man. He's good for the team. He's good for the running backs, the two young running backs that we have in Carry On and Swift. But I think he's overusing him a little bit, man. And I don't know if you guys noticed this, but last week AP looked old to me.
Yes, he did.
It was the first time during the year that I thought he just looked a little bit old. Maybe he wasn't eating his Wheaties that day. I don't know what was going on, but he looked a little old. And his obsession with him is a little bit concerning. They got to get the kid in there, man. He's electric with the football in his hands.
AP Gaming says #Lions. What would you guys be willing to trade for Quinnen Williams, Dern?
Oh, it's such a hard question because I really like him. We only have 5 picks left right now. And honestly, I don't know if I would because they're going to demand so much for him.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they would trade like a pick this year and maybe the year after. Maybe a second and a third from the next year, but I'm not going to give up multiple picks for this year.
Oof, that's a hard one. #Lions, Colts running production prediction. What you think? I think this is going to be a really close when it comes to the Colts running production. Oh, okay. I think they'll probably get, I want to say under 100 yards, but I think they're going to get over 100 yards. Even though we've done really good the last couple of weeks, I think they'll get 110 yards rushing. What say you, Antonio Hightower?
This is really tough because I think a lot of this depends on how the linebackers play.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do they attack the gaps that the O-line, the D-line is giving them, but they just, they just not. I'm gonna go with the Lions hold them under. Well, I think they'll get over 100 yards, but I think the Lions will hold them to like maybe 3 yards a carry.
Okay.
Somewhere around that. Like the Colts will get to 100, but not because they were just so good at it, just because they ran it so much.
I hope so. But I do think they will run the football. They do got a good running back here. Ote says #Saints. Thoughts on the Saints versus the Bears? This is going to be a great matchup.
I'll actually be doing that game.
The Saints, in my opinion, are going to win this game. I feel like the Saints are going to go in the right direction. I think the Bears are starting to fall apart a little bit.
Yeah,
I've seen a little bit of crumble there. What say you, Mark? What do you think? Do you think the Saints are going to pull off a W here?
Yeah, I got the Saints winning this game for sure, man. We saw a little bit what was going on with Nick Foles and that offense against. They're not a good offense and all. That's not really that's not a 5-2 team or whatever they are.
Yeah.
They have a good defense though. They really do. But I'll take the Saints in that game for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Saints here. I know, Trox, you're streaming the game. What's your prediction for the Saints and Bears?
I think the Saints are going to bounce back. They're going to they did get Mike Thomas back. He did return to practice today, so I do think that it is going to be a very lopsided game. It is going to be 25 to 3. Because I think they're
oh my god.
Yeah,
Mollywop.
Hey, they're due for one. They're due for a win, and they're due for a blowout game. They haven't really had much of that this year. So with the deficits that we've seen in the Rams-Bears, I think they're going to try to replicate that a little bit and really get after Nick Foles. If they do that, it's going to be a lopsided game.
We're talking about some grandma diaper blowouts right there. Folks, we got 77 in the chat and only 45 thumbs up. Let's get to 50. Let's get to 50. Next question here. #Lions. I'm going to throw this at Dern. Do you have any confidence in Patricia? Should he be fired just because we won a couple of games against S teams in 3 years? I mean, in my opinion, he's not proven anything yet.
I agree with a lot of that, but last week he did show that okay, I'll wait. Do this
Oh, my God. Travis Doyle. He said, would you get Lovie Smith as your head coach for Detroit Lions, or is there another coach you would like? First off, thank you for the $20 super chat. Oh, my God. Epic move. I really appreciate it. You are absolutely awesome. I truly, truly appreciate that, Travis.
where you at, man?
Yes. And first off, I love the avatar, Homer Simpson. Epic move. I really appreciate it. It does go back into the channel 100%. With your guys' donations, I've literally got a second monitor. I upgraded my microphones. I've got a green screen because of it. So shout out to you guys. Absolutely awesome.
Hey,
And
Travis Doyle, I got one for you. There you go.
So the question he wants to know is Lovie Smith for the head coach. And I will go back to your question, but when you get a super chat, it takes priority. Lovie Smith I think he's an underrated coach. I think he could come back to the NFL. I'm not sure about head coach. I think defensive coordinator. What say you, Mark Orem?
I'd say as a deco for sure, man. Not as a head coach though. Not as a head coach. No.
Anyone else? Does you want opinions on this, Trox?
My guy that I want for head coach is Eric Bieniemy. For defensive coach, I would go after Lovie Smith.
I do like him. Antonio Hightower, you totally have the odd answers out of everybody. What would you think about Lovie Smith?
As a head coach, that sounds like a downgrade. He can stay where he is. Now, as a D coordinator, maybe. We've seen a lot of resurgence of head coaches going to D coordinators. The biggest example, you got Vic Fangio. I think he's with the Bears now.
He's with Broncos.
Yes, Broncos. That's who it was, Broncos. Then I forget who the Bears DC is. I think he used to be Chuck Pagano, right? I think.
Yep,
Chuck Pagano.
Yeah. So we've seen a lot of DCs, going back to being DC, especially because
Jim Schwartz.
Because the NFL is kind of heading in the direction like, well, the quarterback is the most important position, so why don't we get a coach who helps them the most? So it's been a lot of more offensive coordinators. If you notice, most of the defensive coaches is going. Like most of the defensive coaches going. Now, I mean the Dolphins were kind of a rare team. They got rid of their offensive minded coach for a defensive minded coach. But Lovie Smith, no, he could stay. He can stay where he at.
If we decide to go, and I'm going to just add to it to Travis Doyle here, is Eric Bieniemy. I do like him. I think if we decided to maybe draft the quarterback early, if something happened or whatever, and they decided to get rid of Patricia, I like Eric Bieniemy. I don't think it's an overhype. I really like a Salah from the 49ers. I think I love that meanness. I do. And we're going to get to Meg's question here. Just because, so do you have confidence in Patricia, Dern? Do you have confidence in him just because we won against S teams?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
The thing I'm going to get back to this, but whatever coach we get after Patricia, don't be surprised if they go for the draft picks on their side of the ball. Like, if you get a Bieniemy, don't be surprised if it's an offensive pick. If you get a defensive, then you go defense, obviously. Anyways, I really liked the way he coached against the Falcons. I'm not changing my views about him. I dislike him very much.
Yeah.
But that when they caught, I think Stafford caught it when they had 11 people on the field. Yeah. And then they got him in trouble or whatever. That was great awareness by them. But my confidence in him hasn't gotten any higher. Like they said, they're bad teams. Until we start going on a run, I'm not going to change my views on him.
The only thing I'm going to change on is I'm going to tell you that subscribe to everybody on the panel's channel. If you ain't subscribed, it's in the description. Subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification bell, and that will help out. You can give a guy credit even if you don't like him. We have been extremely critical for Infinite Sports Network and on the One Pride podcast of Matt Patricia, but give credit where credit is due. I thought that red flag he threw for the 12 men on the field was insane. I never even knew about that. I thought that was an epic move. And to me, that was a good job by the coach. It's a good game plan. They kept the wide receivers not getting behind them. I like the game plan, but it's still, to me, you're on the hot seat until we win a playoff game. I want to see a playoff victory. I think a lot of us do. Now, Jude Rack says, #Lions. Do you think that Kenny Galladay is going to get traded? Now, if you don't know, there's been rumors out that the New York Giants reached out to the Detroit Lions for Kenny Galladay to acquire him. And would you trade him or would you get traded? I do not believe Kenny Galladay is going to get traded. Why? Because I don't think anyone's going to give a first round pick for him. And we're 3-3, and we got to win football games. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that he's going to get traded? Troxel Sports Talk.
He better not, unless you get at least okay. If it is the Giants, give me their tackle Andrews. Give me a first round pick. Give me a second round pick, and give me next year's second round pick. I want everything in the kitchen sink. You want our best wide receiver that we've had since Calvin Johnson? You're going to pay us. You know,
that's a deal you couldn't pass up if they're going to give all that for him.
And if I'm a team, I'm hanging up as soon as you say the first pick. Like, nope.
Then we're going to pay Kenny Galladay.
That's it.
Oh, no.
Pay the man.
It's a win-win situation for Detroit.
That sounds like a lose-lose to me.
No, that is a win-win. Ever since Kenny Galladay's been back from injury, we are what, 3-1?
Yeah. And you can't let him walk.
But
you can't let him just walk for nothing. You can't let him walk, man.
Can we have this
franchise?
He's getting franchised, man. He's getting franchised. I know it. You could just tell. There's something going on there. They must be way off on money. So I think he's going to get tagged.
I think they need to pay the man.
Same
pay
here.
the man.
Yeah.
So
I can't pay him money yet for.
I'm not paying him top 5 wide receiver money. He's not a top 5 wide receiver. And the way these wide receivers are coming out and balling out, why would you pay a wide receiver that much money when you can get one first, second, third, fourth when they're balling out? It makes no sense.
Yeah, but he's special
with running back.
He is special though.
Yeah, so why are you going to pay a running back? It's the same thing.
Special.
Well, come on, Antonio,
what does special mean?
Catching the clutch.
Did you see the catch he made? That's special. That's special. Going up and catching that ball against Atlanta. That's special, man. You don't see a lot of guys doing that in the NFL now. You don't. That's special to me,
Stretching out in midair, catching the football, holding onto the football while slamming to the ground. That is difficult from a wide receiver perspective. And then the clutch catch from the bomb that got him to the 8-yard line where they should have been at the 8-yard line. There's good wide receivers, and then there's the clutch ones. That was clutch, man.
Yeah,
sure, but it was more of an impressive throw than an impressive catch.
It was impressive throw and catch.
Hey, I'm still paying Galladay. I'm still paying the man.
Are you paying him? Are you paying him?
Let me know in the comment section.
I'm paying him Calvin Johnson money.
No, I'm not paying him Calvin Johnson.
I'm paying him Calvin Johnson.
He's not even near Calvin Johnson. I'm not giving that.
Calvin Johnson's a different level.
I am locking up my top guys. I'm sick and tired of us going out and getting rid of our top guys and getting peanuts on $1.
No, I'm not. Calvin Johnson's a different. He's a different beast.
That's a whole different animal.
There's Calvin Johnson, and then there's the wide receivers 1 through 5. He's a stratosphere. He's a stratosphere. But pay the man.
I disagree.
I mean, I'm paying the man whatever it takes.
12 cents.
God.
My argument to you, Trox, is I'm not doing that because I don't want to get cap screwed again, just like we used to be.
Yeah.
We used to be so far cap strapped that we couldn't do anything.
Okay,
so if you keep paying all these guys top money when they're not top talent, it's going to screw you after a while.
Okay, look at what Kansas City is doing. They keep adding people.
Look what they isn't near any of those guys on Kansas City, and we're not in the Kansas City place.
Okay, I'm not saying like we're like in the Kansas City place, but I'm just saying if you gotta keep your guys, the guys that are actually worth a darn. That's the guys you gotta keep.
Worth a darn.
That's worth a darn.
And that is what takes place with Detroit Lions fans. We're always split down the middle. Next question comes from Ote Champ. #Saints. Do you think Michael Thomas will play on Sunday?
Yeah.
He has not played in forever. Yes, he's going to play on Sunday.
Yeah,
I don't think he will.
No?
I think
Whoa.
I have him on my fantasy team, and I want to play him, but I highly doubt he's going to play because of his hamstring.
Oh, okay.
Was he limited today? Was he limited?
Then.
I think he was limited. He finally practiced I think today.
Yeah.
If you got questions, folks, do hashtag Lions or hashtag whatever team you rep. We will ask them. You let it out. But they say injury I could see. Okay, maybe he doesn't play for a hamstring, but I think he does play. And
I hope he does.
I do have to roll out, though. I got to finish up getting set up for tonight's game.
And he will be live for the Thursday night football game. He does play-by-play live audio. Make sure you jump on Travis's channel. When are you going to start that? What time?
Well, it shows at 8:20, but I'll probably be at like 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
You know, so yeah,
yep.
I'll be over there doing the game audio and play-by-plays and having a good time.
Having a good time, man. So I always go on there and I mute my audio on my TV and I listen to them. So check that out here real soon. Thanks for jumping on, Trox. I will see you in a little bit, folks.
All right. Peace out, you guys. You guys have a wonderful day and go Lions. And I'm going to continue my streak. So Lions fans, don't get mad. Colts will win.
Yeah, I love it. Adios, man. And now Saint Chakurov, I'm sure I destroyed your name. I apologize. Says, how do you guys feeling if we lost against the Falcons? I would be not too happy, but I would be happy at the same time, folks. Like if we got more likes on this video, if you get that likes up, I'll be happy. The reason why I say this is the draft. I'm always looking towards the draft, and if you lose, well, you have a chance of getting a better draft pick. And if you win, you're in the position we are now. So to me, I kind of just take it game by game. But the way that it went down, it was such an epic win. So if he would have lost it, it would have sucked, but I wouldn't be furious. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel like the game. I didn't feel like the referees tried to screw us or anything like that. Actually, I kind of thought the other way around a little bit, but it's games where you lose via referee is the ones that really gets me upset. Like the Calvin Johnson out of the end zone or the Golden Tate or the something like that. That's where it really gets under my skin. Let's see here. We got some other questions here from Lions. Wait a minute. It says, do you think the Lions get to 500 to finish the year? I actually think we're going to be 9-7. What do you guys think the record's going to be, Antonio Hightower?
Oh, I've been saying for a while I think we're going to be 9-7. So 9-7 is probably going to be one I'll be going with. Either that or 10-6.
Oh, wow. Okay. Mark Orm from Orm's Forum. What do you think?
I'm going to go with 10-6 as well.
Dang, man.
I think they're going to go on a run.
That's a big time run. Yeah. That's a big time run. What say you, Dern?
Probably 8-8.
Oh, wow. Okay. So a little bit. So, yeah, we can see that Lions % on beating the Colts. Ooh, percentage-wise. I would give it a 55% to 45 because it's a home game. Obviously, you're not going to get the crowd noise, but it's a really good matchup when you look again, offensive line versus defensive line and vice versa. I think that you got a defense that's extremely good in the Indianapolis Colts, and you got an offense for the Lions that's getting a little bit better. And the offensive line of the Detroit Lions is their strong point. The defensive line is their strong point, and they got a great. It's a game built for the NFL. It's going to be a strong man's game. It's not going to be some offensive powerhouse. So I give it 55%, Dern.
I was thinking probably like a 48%. I think it's going to be really close. I know we're at home, but I think they've been playing better than our team has. Mm-hmm. I need to see more from our team than just beating the teams that we're supposed to be.
Okay. Mark, what say you, man? What's percentage you give the Lions or the Colts on Sunday?
I say a 50-50 chance.
Okay, 50-50.
We have a really good chance we got a chance to beat these guys. They're beatable. They are beatable, man. We just got to be careful. We have to play really smart football, especially on offense.
Yeah, and that's not disrespecting the Colts fans.
No,
the teams I think that's not beatable is the elite teams.
Right.
But it's any given Sunday, and I think so. What about you and Tone?
Probably like 55 to 60%. As much as we said the Lions haven't beat anybody, neither are the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
Ote says, if the Lions win this week, do you think they make the playoffs? Yes. I do. I do believe the Lions will make the playoffs. We win this week. We got a very easy schedule. We go against the Minnesota Vikings. We go against the Houston Texans. We're going against teams that the Lions should be able to beat. If the Lions are 4-3, Mark Orem, do we make the playoffs from your standpoint?
Oh, yeah, for sure, because I think they'll go on a nice run because the games down the stretch, especially in November, are very winnable, and we just got to – it's a tough stretch in December. If we could eke out 1 or 2 games in December somehow, because we got Minnesota again, I think, because the way the schedule has gone, I think we play them in January, but it's week 17. So I think we will. I think we'll definitely make the playoffs, especially if we win this week.
Okay. This is a good question here from Runaway Circus. He says, #Bucks, and he's a fan of the Buccaneers. Do you think Antonio will last the season with the team? Hey, Antonio Brown. What a signing, huh? What a crazy signing they had there. I'm actually going to say yes. Why do I say yes? Because Tom Brady's a quarterback. I feel there's a lot of veteran presence there that he's going to have to respect it. Like, you're not going to be able to act crazy in front of Tom Brady. No. And especially Bruce Arians. He's a hard-nosed head coach as well. I think he will last the whole season unless, he does something stupid. But from screwing up on a team perspective, I think he does last. What to say you, Antonio Hightower?
Yeah, I think he's going to last because I don't know if y'all even heard, but when the Patriots got rid of him, all the Patriots players was kind of like, hey, bring him back. We like this guy. That's when his allegations popped up. But I think he's going to stay around. I think Tom Brady keep him in check.
Okay. But Mark, do you think they're going to keep him in check?
Yeah, I think they will too. Just like Antonio said, it wasn't a team thing in New England. It was just off the field stuff. So if he could somehow stop all that stuff and just focus on football, man, and be around some vets and just do football things, I think he'll be okay. Yeah, I think he'll stick around.
Dern, want to add to that?
Brady vouched for him. I'm sure that's why he came. And people like Sue aren't going to take anything negative. They're going to keep him straight.
Now, at the Colts here, do you think the injuries the Colts have will hold them back? Not necessarily, no. I don't think it's going to hold them back. We've seen the Detroit Lions have went against teams that had massive injuries. They end up still doing well. That's just – I mean, when the Saints went against us, they had injuries galore on the team, and they still beat us. So, no, I don't think it's going to hold you back at all. I would not worry about that. #Eagles. Thoughts on Eagles versus Cowboys? My thoughts are the Eagles are going to win. Yeah. What do you think? What do you think, guys?
Yeah, Eagles win, man. That's an absolute garbage division.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll win. They'll win. The Eagles will win. The Cowboys, I can't even believe how much disarray they're in. So
I don't know what's going on with Dallas. They're in a downward spiral like a water in a toilet when it gets flushed. That's what's kind of going on there, folks. I think the Eagles are going to win the division. I think so. Yeah. Maybe Washington puts up a little bit of a fight, but yeah, I think you're going to get the win there. And Nolan, and congratulations. And so what do you guys think? You think that the Eagles are going to get that dub?
If they don't, then there's something really wrong with the Eagles. They're on their 7th round draft pick at quarterback.
I know.
Their offensive line can't stop anyone. Ezekiel Elliott cannot run the ball because they're stacking the box because their quarterback can't even throw. It's just a mess. And their defense can't stop anyone. They're, I think, by far the worst defense in the league.
Yeah. So I think that
the Jets?
No. The Cowboys defense is way worse than Jets.
Oh, no. That Jets defense is suspect. They all bad. It's just hard to tell when they're that bad.
Right.
#question from Dr. Detroit, who's a member of mine. He says, do you think we lose Sunday, players get shipped out? Maybe even ones that surprise. I think regardless, I think a player does get shipped out. If we lose, I don't think that would be like, okay, we're going to go ahead and ship Kenny Galladay out, Marvin Jones out, nothing like that. I think that you'll see maybe a player like, again, a Kerryon Johnson or Jesse James get shipped out.
Yeah.
Possibly Jared Davis, but I feel like they're kind of playing him now more of a pass rushing role, and I think he's kind of doing a transition. But If we lose, guys, do you think the Lions would start trading players away before the deadline, Dern?
I don't think so. I think maybe Marvin Jones, but you know how I feel about that situation. Unless they get crazy value for the player that the other team wants to save their jobs, it's not going to happen because they're coaching for their jobs.
Good question here. Don Donna says, do you think that their breakout game for Jeff Okuda? I think it's not going to say necessarily a breakout game. I think he's just going to improve. Yeah, that's it. I think he's slowly improving each week. And to me, that's what I want to see. I don't think you're going to see him ball out and, get massive turnovers or anything like that. I think you'll see him improve from week to week. We've seen it so far every week. And I think that's what's going to take place here. You're probably not going to hear his name a whole lot, and that's a good thing.
Right. Yeah,
I think he could. Okay. I think he could break out because if you watch Phillip Rivers, he doesn't like to throw the ball down the field a lot. It's always the intermediate routes, and he's very instinctful. So he could make a couple of big plays in this game, and he's really good against the run too.
Very good.
Yes, he is. He's very good, and he's very fast. Like just staying in one spot and making a split decision like that. He's got that IQ. Hashtag football team. Will they be able to win the division? It's possible. It's possible.
It's possible.
Now, if you got pass rush, if you can rush the passer, you always have a chance. I still think that the Eagles have a little bit better of a chance. They actually got a quarterback. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? This division is rough, man.
It's tough, man. That's a tough division, man. That's tough.
It's a tough one. But the Washington football team has a chance. They do have a chance. So, yeah, they have a chance. No doubt about it. We're going to take one more question and call it a night here. Let's see here. Who is your guys' defensive rookie of the year so far? Ooh, defensive rookie of the year. Who you got, Dern? Who you got? What you thinking about this?
Oh, man. I'm not quite sure at the moment. Jalen Johnson's playing really well for the Bears, but I think the only reason is because they have a pass rush. Come back to me really quick while I think.
Yeah.
What do you got, Mark? What do you got? Defensive rookie of the year.
I'm going to say a guy that's playing tonight, man, Jeremy Chin. Jeremy Chin, that kid's balling, man. That kid plays everywhere on the field. He's even played on the D-line, that guy. That guy plays everywhere. Keep an eye on that kid tonight, man. And I got him in fantasy too, by the way. Bobo.
Hey, that was light. What about you, Antonio Hightower? You always come up with guys that we don't talk about.
This is a really tough year because there's a lot of good rookies playing really well. It's a few. I guess I would have to go with Chase Young, even I don't really know how good he's really been playing because he's surrounded by first round guys. He's probably been the best defensive rookie so far because Jeremy Chin's played nice, but he hasn't looked that great in coverage. CJ Anderson has had moments, but he's had moments where he's looked really good, and he has moments where he looks horrible. Derek Brown has kind of been turning it out a little bit more in the past couple of weeks, but Patrick Queen has looked nice. But I haven't really watched a lot of him, so I guess I will have to go with Chase Young.
Okay.
Because even if he don't play that well, he's the second overall pick. They're gonna be biased to the higher overall picks.
Oh my God, Frog Crop!
Here he is.
$20. Frog Crop! Oh my God, he $20 super chat. God bless you, man. He says, "Is it just me, or I feel a bit different with this team? Reason being that there is to get the done attitude, and I like it. Galladay isn't going anywhere, and we win Sunday. It is feeling that way. It is the last couple games. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling the Kool-Aid. It's going flowing, man. What say you guys? Are you getting that Kool-Aid flowing?
It's starting to, man. I'm starting to get it a little bit, just a little bit. I just don't want to get too excited just yet, man. But I'm starting to sip a bit. I'm starting to sip.
Sipping that Kool-Aid, sipping on some. Are you sipping on the Kool-Aid, Dern? Are you getting that feeling? Are you getting that thrill up your leg?
No, I'm not. Until we start beating good teams, I'm not going to be drinking any Kool-Aid.
Frog Crop, I really appreciate it, man. Man, God bless you. Again, it always goes back into the channel. And before I close this out, I did see this question, and I look like Papa Smurf. I love it. He says, how do the Colts match up with Green Bay? I'm going to give you a quick answer here. I think they match up well. Anytime the Green Bay Packers go against a physical team, they get out physical. I've seen that. We've seen that with Tampa Bay. We've seen it last year with the 49ers. I think they're a physical team, and that's going to be a good matchup when it comes to physical versus non-physical. Folks, we've been on for an hour and 15 minutes. It's time to shut down the show. And I'm going to throw it to Antonio Hightower. What do you got to say when we close this bad boy out?
Kenny Galladay is worth the money he's worth. Kenny Galladay is worth the money he's asking for. Taylor Decker was. I was right about all that. And Darrell Bell was not good at his.
Yes. What does say about you, Mark Orem from Orem's Forum?
Hey guys, thanks for having me. Thanks everybody in the chat. And yes, Kenny Galladay is worth at least top 10 money.
Subscribe to his channel if you haven't done so. Mark Orem breaks great content. Darren, what do you got to say when we close this bad boy out?
There's rumors circulating around Mike Zimmer that he might not be the Vikings head coach after this year because of the blunder this year. I would like him to be our defensive coordinator if possible. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
That and defensive rookie of the year for me is probably Javon Kinlaw. He's playing like crazy. Guess who is it? Isaiah Simmons is not.
Yeah, Kinlaw been pretty solid.
Yeah, Kinlaw has been solid, man. Good one, bro. Good one.
Hey, Gardoki says, great show. Go Colts. Hit that like button. I appreciate you, man. Love the Colts fans. I hope to see you on Sunday. It will be unbiased when I do the play-by-play Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. I will break down what takes place on the field. It's absolutely awesome. I appreciate everybody showing out. I've seen other fans besides Lions fans. That's what this is about. I don't want just Lions fans. I want everybody out there. If you got more questions and that I did not answer, just place it in the comment section of the video, not into the chat, in the comment section, and I'll try to get to it. With that said, folks, thank you so much for the super chats. See you all on Sunday at 1 p.m. Adios.
Go Lions.